upcoming game, Monster Hunter, Attack of the Onion. This is a weird crossover that I was not expecting, yet I'm not really that surprised it happened. So we have Chris Hansen, who is a TV personality famous for hunting people who take advantage of kids. And then we have Onision, Shane Dawson's lost twin who's been dropped on his head way too many times as a child. And the other day, they clashed in real life. We're only 2 weeks into 2020 and way too much has already happened. World War III is just right around the corner, apparently. PewDiePie is leaving YouTube for a while. And Chris Hansen, he decided to steal a page from a news anchor's book and he started knocking on people's doors. That person being Onision. When I saw this was going on, I was praying. I was hoping that Onision was going to invite Chris Hansen inside. Maybe he would have a pizza in there and maybe he would just start eating pizza while Chris Hansen was interviewing him just to recreate a viral meme. You know, while we're at it with this very interesting crossover. I love how parts of the YouTube community for years now have just been like, hey, this is pretty weird. Maybe people should start looking at this. Maybe get some law enforcement involved. This is really weird. Because there's this really weird rabbit hole over here. If you look up anything about Onision, it's really weird. And the rabbit hole keeps getting deeper and deeper the more you look into it. And it's kind of crazy. And we went from that to entire 1 hour documentaries on Onision by the likes of Mr. Repsion and The Right Opinion. Now I'll get back to Repsion later because sadly Onision's dragging him deeper into this rabbit hole. But as you saw, Chris Hansen traveled across the country just to confront Onision at his own house. Here's this leaked clip that is insanely low quality because it's filmed from a camera off of a low-res computer monitor. So I'm only gonna play a few seconds of that, but here it is.
Washington. We've been on this trail for the last day or so. He knows we want to talk to him. I knocked on the door. I heard his voice. I heard Kai. They called the sheriff's department. The deputy just now responded. They're calling him now. Another sheriff's department car showing up here.
So as you can see, Chris Hansen knocked on Onision's door for a basic interview, which sparked a debate if he is allowed to do so and or if he doxed Onision. But apparently Onision was already doxed when some incident happened in his yard, which ended up with him having to go to court. So if you just Google around, his address will pop up pretty quickly.
That's kind of
Yeah, I know. But also, I think he ruined an ecosystem in his backyard. So I mean, yeah, it was kind of weird. Yeah, I don't even understand what was even going on. And Chris Hansen is a journalist, and as I've joked a bunch before, journalists do not hold back when it comes to approaching people's houses and knocking on their doors, either expecting them to answer or just for the B-roll footage of them going, "Hello? Is anyone home?" Yeah, we tried to get an interview, but they denied. But our guy Onision apparently called 911 when this happened.
911, what are you reporting?
Hi, there's a person who's been stalking me online and they just showed up to my house.
Okay, and they're outside now?
Yes, they're knocking on my door.
Okay. And do you know if they have any weapons?
They have a bunch of camera people, they're YouTube stalkers.
Okay. But no weapons seen?
I didn't see any weapons. I just saw 6 guys in my driveway and one of them is knocking on my door.
And the one that's knocking on your door, is he the main one that you said has been stalking you?
Yes, he's a stalker. He's yelling things at me through the door right now.
Okay, and do we know his name at all?
It's Chris Hansen.
On the phone, did he just call 911 to say Chris Hansen standing outside? He basically called 911 and was like, "Help, Chris Hansen's out my front door." I wish there was a face cam reaction of the 911 operator. I just want to see her reaction to when he's like, "Help, Chris Hansen's outside." The operator was probably just like,
"Y'all are going to jail! Period!"
I can just imagine Onision in his house filming yet another breakdown video for the 300th time that we all know are fake at this point, when suddenly he faintly hears some boss battle music going on outside. And he's like, "Hold up, what's going on here?" And then this boss battle music gets louder and louder and louder, and then suddenly Chris Hansen knocks on his door. The main character of Capcom's next Monster Hunter should just be Chris Hansen at this point, and the objective of the game would be to fight a near-psychopathic YouTuber in a swamp in Washington State. Onision missed so many golden opportunities here. For one, he could have yelled, "Get out of my swamp!" That would have been golden. That would have been probably my favorite YouTube clip if it actually happened. Chris Hansen just knocking on the door to just, the only thing he gets is, get out of my swamp. Why didn't he do that? Or, I mean, he could have just really tested out those method acting skills by opening the door, then having just a public breakdown on his own driveway in front of Chris Hansen, 6 other camera guys, and Washington State Police. That would have definitely raked in some views for his channel. But sadly, that didn't really happen. But what did happen, though, is Chris Hansen managed to get the full 911 call.
He's wearing a black jacket, black pants. His hair is gray. He's still yelling things at me through the door.
Okay, black jacket, black pants. Can you hear what he's yelling?
No.
Okay.
Oh, he's saying, I want your side of the story, Greg. My name's not even Greg.
Wait.
Gregory Jackson.
Did he just change it very recently? Because I swear that the entire internet knows this man is Greg. I'm so confused.
Okay. What is your last name?
My name is James Jackson.
Okay. Last of Jackson, first of James is what I heard. Is that correct?
Yeah, he's saying, I just want to talk through the door.
Okay.
Okay, James Jackson. I think he just took a page from Paul Zimmer's book.
James Jackson sounds like a made-up name.
That is the definition of a made-up name. Paul Zimmer, I found him! I'm sorry, I can't. And before James Jackson just suddenly comes out as 10 years younger than Greg. See, that would just be the ultimate icing to this cake. But Chris Hansen said this before he left the property.
It quickly became clear that Greg was not unfamiliar to the local law enforcement authorities here. They were aware of his YouTube antics, the allegations of inappropriate contact with young women. The other thing that stands out to me is that Greg is about as brave in person as you'd expect. The thing about dealing with a predator is you know exactly what a predator is going to do. He had his chance today to talk to me, to explain his side of the story, to defend himself, but he chose not to do it, not even to continue his dramatic rants that he's been conducting on YouTube. Just wouldn't even come to the door. And I could hear him in the background, you know, calling the sheriff's department. Oh, he's out there with camera crews and this, that, and the other thing. So that's going to be a statement for now, I guess. He knows we are out here. He knows we want to talk to him now and down the road. So we'll see what happens.
Everything about this is so insane. Like, Onision went from I'm a banana to 911 help, Chris Hansen's outside my house. 2020 is wild. This is a lot to comprehend right now. And finally, I think we got a response from Onision from all this, and Onision is now taking Chris Hansen and Mr. Epsion to court, as you see here. So, nice. I can only see this being thrown out pretty quickly, but still, what a waste of time and money for everyone involved. After this incident, it seems like he quote-unquote came clean on his YouTube channel, admitting that all of these videos he did were just fake and a way for him to make up money for what he lost on the Patreon that was deleted. I'll play that clip right here.
So about these freak out videos, I made them to make money, to compensate for the Patreon loss. I thought, when my Patreon was deleted, I thought, how can I turn this negative into a positive? And I started OnisionFans.com, but I was like, how do I promote this site? How do I get people to watch this content that I make? And I thought, freak out videos. People love freak out videos. They go viral, and they did. A lot of them, the first one got over 1 million views, and it's because people want to see what follows their narrative. They want to see someone have a meltdown.
So there we have it. He confirmed it, which also means that debunks the fact that a lot of people thought he was going to plead insanity in his ongoing court cases. So now it'll be very interesting to see what comes out of these new and old court cases.
You may have heard that Onision, aka Gregory Jackson, aka James Jackson, put together a little legal complaint on his own, didn't use any lawyers, and marched it off to the local courthouse near his home in Washington State. He filed it. He apparently claims that another YouTube streamer, Repsian, and I have been mean to him. He wants a personal protection order. Good luck with that. My lawyers, including Mike Morse, have looked at it and they're unconcerned. I find it ironic, and you probably know this already if you watch my show on YouTube, Have a Seat with Chris Hansen, that I've interviewed a dozen young women who claim Onision has harassed them, assaulted them in some cases, and even bullied them online and in person. stalk them. There's more to come on that and some other very disturbing things that I found out about what goes on inside his home. I'll be reporting on that very soon on Have a Seat with Chris Hansen. If you want to take a look at what this guy is partially about, listen to the 911 tape from when I knocked on his door a few days ago. That's also on my YouTube channel, Have a Seat with Chris Hansen. Stay tuned, much more to come.
What's happening?
I just got a Bang Energy sponsorship offer. I'm so done.
Really?
No. Oh my God.
They're like, we know you hate this, but do you want our money?
That has to be a slip up in the PR team.
I mean, how much they selling though? How much they putting that price for though?
Okay, that's not happening. But what are your thoughts on this entire situation? Please leave it in the comments down below. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. If you're new here, I welcome you to my channel. It'll be awesome if you subscribe. And if you want to follow me outside of YouTube, you can find me as Atozy on Instagram and Twitter. Links will be down in the description down below. But on that note, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
I don't talk, I get it. Yeah, you know I'm about it. If it kill me, I'ma let it. Run into the bag like I'm so athletic. I've been up since 6, making hits like tennis. I've been on fire, I just need my credit. Wanna go far, need to change my settings. Reaching for the stars so my feet touch heaven. Haven't had first, bitch, already want seconds.